guess what? We're going to do that over because I messed it up. I'm ready, Ben. I'm ready. But you guys could read. Don't be afraid to ask for what you want. Let's get to it. I haven't done that in a while. Yes, the mic was off. I haven't done that in a while. But I just did it. So, it happens. Let me adjust this just a little bit. Yeah. I know it was off. My bad. So, how's everybody doing tonight? Are we excited for the weekend? Get our last little dose of the stock market here before the weekend. I know some of you may just be here for the giveaway, but guess what? You're going to have to wait just a little bit. We're going to see if we can't wait for a few more people to get in here, spice things up a little bit. I need to move this. It's going to make it look like I'm looking in an awkward spot at all times, so I'm just going to move it down here. Much better. Alrighty. So what are we up to? Anything good before we get into some good old talk? I guess I could just start off by talking about my trade today, if you guys want to start with that. First, I'll say hello to everybody. Kevin, Ben, Brad, Zishan, Tom. Who else we got in here? Ghost, Joseph. What's going on? Hope you guys are all excited to have a nice weekend. So a lot of people are sad that the weekend is here because you don't get to trade on the weekends. Well, guess what? The weekends are a good time if you really want to, which I do at all times, to fine-tune your strategy, fine-tune just your overall thinking of the market, the emotional aspect of it. Watch a bunch of YouTube videos, just do some research, learn something. If you're not learning on the weekend, you're not trying hard enough. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Thomas, what's going on, man? How we doing? So I guess I'll just start with my trade from today. There was actually a trade that if you guys were watching the live stream this morning, I believe it was COT. Yeah, COT was a bit of a bummer. My son was not having it this morning, and it was right when COT was doing its thing. So COT was the perfect play. Right off the scanner, it popped up. We brought it up. Nice extension over the course of 6-7 minutes. We get that perfect $0.50 pop, and it just stalled, right? I went back and watched this as it was happening. Obviously, I could hear the screaming coming from my son. So I know why I didn't take the trade. I was flustered with a lot of different things going on. I didn't want to get caught in a trade knowing I was about to get up, stuff like that. But I'm just showing you this because this was a textbook trade. This should have been a textbook trade. Nice extension over the $0.50. Beautiful. It even ran right into some daily resistance right there at 1562. As you can see, it was coming up to it, and it just got absolutely rejected. So no matter how we would have played this, we would have won. It would have been a nice first trade of the day, but unfortunately we did not get that trade. So the rest of the day was pretty much just me being flustered. You guys saw that I took a pretty lengthy break just to kind of collect myself. I just left the scanners up on the live stream. And when I came back, I actually ran into KKR, which I missed the first move. I was in the kitchen. As you can see, this was around 10:20, and I was kind of prepping lunch, getting it ready, and I was just getting a snack for the kiddo. I could hear the scanners going off, but by the time I got here, the move had already came back down from the high of 30.63 to this 31.20 area. So we missed that move. And I'm not going to say it was FOMO, but a little part of me had some FOMO just from missing the trade earlier on COT, missing this trade on KKR. There was a couple other ones that were kind of questionable if I felt like I missed them or not. And as this thing started creeping back up, I definitely had the desire to want to trade this thing. So was it my best trade overall as far as following my setup? No. But we were still extended. Like if you completely got rid of this top wick here and say the top of this candle was here, this wouldn't look that bad, right? We have a nice extension still away from VWAP. We're extended from that previous resistance and we're looking for that retest. So the entry there isn't horrible, but you guys know that I don't like to assume double tops. And that's why the 2 entry system is valuable at times, because if we are wrong, we can get ahead and get in. So the other thing that we noticed here, and the reason that I took that first entry when I did, is when I missed this first move, I took a look at the daily and I saw that there was some daily resistance sitting right here. I don't know why it's not letting me click it. Right at 3190 area. So when we got in, we were looking for this thing to possibly try to break that and be a bit of a fake breakout. And with our share size, in order for us to hit our max risk, which is 1R on this trade, it would have had to go up to 3250 with a single entry. So with the second entry, we were actually looking to get the entry above 32. However, it did not seem to want to do it. Again, we were pretty extended. You could kind of just feel it struggling. It struggled there for like a full minute trying to get through 32. It just did not want to. So on the last attempt, it got up to 99. Let's see if it'll let me click there. Yeah, you can see 31.99, and it started to come back down. So we hit the button. We actually got filled at 31.89. Yep. And we started coming back down. We set our range order. So if it went back through 32, we would stop out. So we were actually only risking, our average was 71. We were only risking 30 cents because we were looking for 32.01, but we ended up making 40 cents. And it should have been 50 cents. I did the math wrong in my head. I don't know why I thought 71 minus 50 was 31, but in the moment I did. And when I put the order in, I noticed that it was right above that previous resistance area. So I almost didn't even question it. I was like, oh, that's like a perfect exit, thinking I did the math right at the time. But I shorted myself 10 cents on my shares because it would have got there at 21 as well. So, but even with doing the math wrong and only taking 40 cents out of it, we were still getting more in profit than we were risking. And it's kind of hard to say that using my old 112 strategy. That was almost never the case. We were always taking profits way less than what we were risking on any given trade. So I'm already liking the idea of the way my strategy has been playing out. So, Kevin, is your volume turned up? Because mine is, I've been getting, every once in a while I'll get someone that says, hey, can you turn your volume up? And I'm like, well, that's the first time I've heard that in a while. So check your volume. And yeah, so I don't want to adjust anything on my end if everyone else thinks it's fine, because then we could be getting into a slew of problems. So I must have been in a different trade. I didn't catch COT. Yeah, a lot of people said that. I think other things were going on when COT happened, but I didn't see anything that interested me. But if you go back on my live stream, you'll see that COT was my main focus. And I was just sitting there staring at it, and I had a screaming baby in my ear. So that was definitely why I didn't trade it. And I even said I usually don't blame my kids for not taking a trade, but in this case I did, because I felt like I was about to have to get up out of my chair. And so that was why I didn't take the trade. So again, it sucked. But I moved on. You know, there's some things are just out of your control, and there's not much you can do about it. Zishan, I am recovering. Yesterday, I did not feel good at all. So yes, I've been sick for like a month now. It's been ridiculous. But yesterday was absolutely horrible. I could like barely breathe. But I'll tell you right now that Alka-Seltzer flu, or not flu, the cold. There is a cold and flu, but that's like the extra strength. But if you do just the cold, that stuff has been great. I took it last night, and then I took it this morning, and I definitely am going to take it tonight before I go to bed. All right, cool. So yeah, Kevin, just check your volume, see if that might be the problem. So that was my trade on KKR. Like I said, there was really nothing to it. My new strategy is pretty self-explanatory. It's really just about feeling the market and getting your entries right. And if you can get your entries right, which if we bring over the journal real quick, let me go full screen. So if we bring this over real quick, I've shown most of you this before, but if I go to my 1 and 2 entry trades, I'm a 87% win rate with the 1 and 2 entries. Now, keep in mind, that is not always saying that in all of my older trades, that these would have made it to 1R. These might have been losers, right? We don't know. If I would have not accepted the risk and looking like all these smaller winners like 375, or well, we go over here, the net, or that's the net return after commissions, but like $10, 17, like anything under 1250, which would be just a half R on a single entry. Like let's go just the single entries here. So anything that you see that is under 1250 as far as a win, I don't know if that would have actually ended up being a winner. But anything that's over 1250 would have been a winner. And the same goes for the 2 entries. If we just go to 2 entries alone, anything that's under $25, I don't know if it would have been a loser. So, or a winner, I should say. So that win percentage, can be deceiving. But as far as the stats go, it's pretty much saying that I'm decent at picking my entries when I only use 1 and 2 entry positions. So that was how we came up with the idea that we can go for the half R if we only get a single entry, right? That would make the most sense. So if we get 1 entry, instead of going for $25 in this, because right now my 1R is $25. So if you hear me say that for now, that's kind of what I'm getting at. So my 1R is $25. So when I get a single entry, it'd be really hard for me to get all that. I would need a much bigger move to get that full 1R. But since I'm calculating that it's going to take both of my entries to get that full 1R and risk that full 1R, I am now only risking half an R. Well, I'm actually risking the full R, but I'm only looking, if it wants to work out right away, I'm only looking to make half R. So that with 1 entry, I'm actually looking for 1 to 2. So I'm looking to make 1, but I'm risking 2, if that makes sense. Or I'm looking to make half to risk 1. So I'm always risking 1 R, but if a trade wants to work right away off of only 1 entry, and I'm not going to chase down I'm not going to chase a trade to get my second entry just to try to get full position every single time, because to me that wouldn't really make too much sense in the long run. Because say this starts to come down and work immediately, I chase it down with my second entry and then it pops up and goes high of day. That's pretty much negating my first entry when I could have saved that just in case it did that anyway. Because then my 1R risk is going to come a lot faster now because I got that second entry in bad, if that makes sense. So I'm more willing to take half R profit if I only get a single entry instead of looking to chase down adding max size. Now, how I could get to the second entry, whether it's lower or even just kind of equal, is say we enter here. It goes up just a little bit, not as high as it did. We don't get a second entry. It comes down, doesn't quite give us what we were looking for, goes up, makes a higher low. We could look to add there to get to our max position size, right? Because this is sloppy seconds, right? So if that ever happens, we could look to get into our full position size, and then we're still most likely only risking high of day there, which is most likely less than 1R at that point. But then we would be looking for 1R as our take profit, which we definitely would have hit it in this case. So there's definitely some good flexibility within this strategy. And I'm honestly, like, I feel so much more comfortable while trading this, knowing that I pretty much have set risk going into every trade, which is nice. So the hard part of this strategy is figuring out the share size going into each trade, as well as your overall entry point, right? So that's the 2 key factors to kind of mastering this strat. And I'm still trying to figure out the entry share size. But I think I have a pretty good idea of how I'm doing it. And just to give you a little idea, there's 2 different ways you can do it. One is using the overall move. So this overall move started down, we'll just say 30. And when we entered, it was at 31.50. So if we go up to my scanner screen real quick, I'll show you that right here I have this chart. So $1.50 move would be 65 shares. What I've been doing if I use this chart is I've just been splitting that in half. So I don't know why this is so far off kilter. Give me one sec. I'm just centering this. I don't know how that got that bad. So if it's $1.50, it'd be 65. So I would just split that in half. So I would use 30 shares. And I ended up using 25. And I'll tell you why I used 25 instead of 30, because I didn't use this chart for this given trade. So another way to do it is to take, basically you're looking for the extension, what that half R would be, or how many shares you would need to hit that half R to get back down to that previous resistance for the touch. So you could do it that way too. That way is a little bit more risky because if it does decide to run, you could be in a little bit too heavy. But in this case, I was pretty close, and it was just kind of an in-the-moment decision. And that's the other thing. You need it to be quick, right? A lot of the trades that I take, you have to be quick with your entries. So I have to – that's why I have that chart on my scanner screen, because I need to figure out a way to kind of make it foolproof, right? So I'm entering every trade with the same range, because that's the main point of entering these types of stocks and getting the proper share size. You can't just use 50 shares, 100 shares, 500 shares, 1,000 shares, whatever you're using. It's all relative to your account size. You can't just use the same share size every single trade. It's going to burn you. Because say we have a $5 stock that's only moving 30 cents, and then we have this $31 stock that's moving 1.5 points. If you're using the same share size on both of those, you can see how that could be a problem. So you have to adjust your share size on every single trade according to the range of that stock. And it could be reversed. You could have a $31 stock that's only moving 30 cents, and you could have a $5 stock that's moving 1.5 points. So again, it's not just because it's a higher price stock. It's because that's just the range of the stock. And you can typically find, like if you scroll back, you can typically find the range of a stock looking at previous big days on the daily. And so this was 2.5 points, and that's pretty much what this almost got to, right? It almost got to 2 points. So you definitely can look back through the past on the daily to kind of see what the actual true range of a stock is on any given day. Now, keep in mind, that's just a guide. It obviously can do whatever it wants any given day, but it's always a good guide. Yes, R is risk, BizPhone, sorry. It can mean reward too. So like if you see like R:R, it's like risk the reward. But when people are talking about like 1R and stuff like that, yeah, that's like their risk parameter, like what they're willing to risk. So let me catch up here. I was in LLIT when COT happened. Yeah, LLIT was a lower float, so I wasn't really interested in that one. I didn't have shares on it anyway. That Alka-Seltzer quote is pretty good, but influenza is going around. Yeah, that's very true. My wife had it, and both my kids actually got their flu shots, and I haven't. So I'm like the one person that hasn't had the flu and hasn't had the shot. So I'm probably due to get it anyway. But yes, thank you, Zishan. Appreciate that. Yeah, mine's orange as well. 4 out of 5 people in my house, including me, had strep throat over the last week. Ugh. Yes, the kids carry everything from school, man. It's ridiculous. And ever since this coronavirus thing's been going around, there's actually been a lot of kids that haven't been in school. So I guess that's kind of a good thing. It's less kids to get my kid sick or give them something to give me sick. David, what's going on, man? Welton, how are you doing? Do I use volume profile? I used to, but not really. I had it on my chart, but I never really used it. For anybody that's interested and wants to know what volume profile is, I can show you real quick. On DOS, I'll show you how to get it. If you right-click on the chart, go to Study Config, scroll down, go to Volume by Price. It'll give you these cool little lines on the side of your chart. And what it's doing is it's giving you the volume, like where the most volume went through at a price point. So instead of just seeing how much volume came in total on any given candlestick, it'll actually give you a candlestick or a volume bar in the opposite direction, giving you the price point that all that volume went through. So you can see on this candle, a lot of that volume went through here around 31.20. So what that's telling you is a lot of people have shares at 31.20 up into like 31.30 area. So it can kind of give you a little bit of an edge if you're really into this, because when it's coming back down, the odds are that's going to be where a lot of break even a lot of people might be looking to take break even, might be where a lot of stop losses are right under that. Could be where people are looking to buy based off the support. There's a lot of ways that you could use this, but it's definitely something that I'm just not personally into using. I tried to for a little bit, but I just found it more distracting than anything. So I decided to do this and take it off my chart, clean it up a little bit. Circuits in the house. What's going on, man? Mr. Jonathan, how you doing this morning? The doctor told us today that the flu vaccine this year was not a good match for the actual outbreak. Well, then I feel sorry for my kids because I had to get them a shot, and you never want to hear your kids cry on purpose. Wait, so 30K buying power, if you're trading $40 stock with 750 shares, isn't that a lot? Let's do the math real quick. 750 times 40 is 30,000. So yeah, that would be a lot. That's your full account. I'm confused by your question. Yeah, Circuit Coin is actually Jonathan here. He's representing Circuit Coin. He is actually going to just push you guys a link if you're interested in the cryptocurrency, otherwise known as Circuit. Feel free to go check it out. He has a newsletter that is, I believe that's what the link is for. So if you guys are interested, he can, I'm not sure how the link would work, but it's just a newsletter to kind of help spread the word about Circuit and all the good stuff that they're doing over there. So feel free to check that out as he sends the link. And I just decided we're going to do the giveaway in 7 minutes. So if that's why you're here, you got to wait 7 minutes. And you also have to hit the like button. Let's see if we can get the 20 likes before I do the giveaway. I'll pull a Jonathan and ask for likes. I don't know if likes actually help kind of push the stream while it's still live. But maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But I'd appreciate the support anyway. And I'm trying to think, there was one other thing I wanted to talk about. Mainly talk about. My strategy is, it's kind of hard. It's not really complex. I feel like I already described it. And sometimes the analogy KISS, keep it simple, stupid, is the best way to go about it. And right now, that's kind of what I'm going at. And I have a chart. I don't want to move it. Let me take a picture of it. Actually, I can just open a new one. I got 2 of them. So this is a chart that I had made that when I do get to full size in my position, I can pull this up, and at any given time, I know how much in cents that I need to make to get my full 1R. So like today, I was in 50 shares. I knew I needed 50 cents. So I just do the math based off my average real quick, and I put in my range order. And it's that simple. I'm trying to take all the emotions out of trading. The only emotion that I should have is my entries. And I'm pretty good at picking my entries for the most part. So that really comes down to the way that I'm trying to almost systemize my strategy. My broker is CMEG, James. If you are interested in CMEG, feel free to ask any questions. I do have a link down in the description below if you are going to use them. I am an affiliate with them, so take that for what it's worth. But CMEG is one of them ones. I used to call SureTrader this, but it's a necessary evil. If you don't have the $25,000, $30,000 to open up a U.S. account, an offshore broker is kind of where you have to go to trade around the PDT rules. So that's why I ended up at CMEG, but I've had nothing but a good time with CMEG. I don't really know any other way to put it. I had one issue with them back when I traded KPTI with holiday hours. Like there was a situation where they thought they were open for an extra hour, but they really weren't. So my orders got stuck because KPTI got halted into after hours on a half day. That was kind of a mess, but they sorted it out. They took care of me. And anybody that I know that has had an issue, they've taken care of it. So the only thing that they're kind of getting a bad rap for is just how slow they are with like their email responses and stuff like that, which they're a smaller company. They're even smaller than SureTrader was. And now that SureTrader closed, everyone that was with SureTrader is going over to CMEG. And that was kind of crazy for about a month where I had Roz, the guy that I deal with personally at CMEG, like he gave me a call and he was just like, the amount of applications that we just received within like 2 weeks, it was almost double their client base. I guess there was just so many people at SureTrader that needed somewhere to go. And so they were all, flocking over to CMEG because I was really the only other option at this point. Tim, email will be sent out regarding circuit-sponsored competitive driver. So Jonathan, I don't see the link. Maybe send me the link and I can post it, because I'm wondering if it's stopping you from posting the link. Like, I don't know if it looks like you did, but it didn't go through. At least I don't see it. James Jones, that I just answered you. Welcome, by the way. Nice to meet you. I'm Tim. If you are new here, I'm Tim here at Volatility Trading. Feel free to hit that like button. I'm not really a YouTuber. I'm not going to be begging you for likes and subscribes, but I just ask for them because I know that it helps grow the channel. And the whole reason that we're here is to help grow the channel, to get more people here and build a community where every time you click on a video on my channel or just come to talk to me on one of these Friday night live streams, talk to me in Discord or some of the other community members, you know that you've come to a place where that you're going to get truthful and transparent responses. That's what this all comes down to. I want you to feel that you can trust me at any given time, and I feel like I've done absolutely nothing to negate that fact thus far. So, and we're going to keep it that way. Do you watch the level 2 slow down to judge the turning point? Mr. Gifford, I don't necessarily watch the level 2. I don't really use the level 2 for anything but the top line, just to watch the spread. And back when I used to trade with SureTrader, if you go back to some of my old videos, you'll see that I didn't even have a level 2. I only had level 1. So I would literally just watch the two numbers on level 1. And I would use time. I was using time and sales back then. But what you'll start to realize the more and more that you trade, that level 2 time and sales, all that, like level 2 is not legit orders going through, right? That's the time and sales. So if anyone is looking to trade based off of either level 2 or time and sales, I will always tell you time and sales, because those are actual orders going through. And the more that you trade, you will start to realize that each candle is basically the time and sales anyway. You essentially are seeing the time and sales in action by looking at the candle. You can see when it's dipping down, that means there's red on the tape. You can see when it's going up, that means there's green on the tape. You can see, and I love using this pink line. This is the last price line on DOS. So if you go to, I think it's, no, give me a sec. I don't remember exactly where this is. Oh, I remember now. Chart area, config area. Yeah, there we go. So if you right click on the chart on DOS, go to chart area and then config area, you'll see this show last sale price line. And I have mine just set the pink just so it differentiates. But it's so beneficial because like today with KKR, I could see that it was right at a daily resistance point as it's moving. Even on COT, when this thing was moving, or it wasn't COT, it was KKR, or was it? Yeah, no, it was COT. I was like, I thought COT had one. So when this was moving at the high of day, you could see that it was coming right up to the support line. And the other thing, what I was getting ready to get at is when you see these candles moving and moving and moving, they're going up and up and up, you just start to kind of feel the price action just kind of stop and stall. And I used to give this analogy back when I was really trying to describe how to use time and sales. But if you just keep pushing up and up and up and up, eventually you're going to hit a ceiling, right? And to really get through that ceiling, you're going to have to really push. But the problem is, say people are stacking on top of each other to get to that ceiling. Eventually you're going to kind of start to get a little wobbly. To get more people up to the top to keep pushing up, it's just hard. It gets harder and harder. So when you finally kind of hit that ceiling, unless you build a fortress around that and then go up kind of thing. And this is kind of a weird explanation, but I hopefully you get the point. You would basically need more buyers to come in all at once to really kind of keep pushing. Once you find that ceiling, that's kind of where I'm looking to get in, because you can kind of just feel. You can just feel. And again, this comes with experience, and like the top of the mountain, no matter what you want to call it, there's always going to be an analogy to where you're just kind of feeling for the top. And you can even look to get on the backside of these moves after you kind of feel that top and let it happen. But the more and more you trade these, the more and more you really start to kind of just feel it. And that's one thing that just can't be taught. I can sit here and tell you about it over and over again. I can tell you, read the time and sales and just wait for the sea of red to come in, or wait until one of the main things that you could look for on time and sales is when the green is coming in, and the price is moving. But then when you start seeing a ton of green on the tape, but the price isn't moving anymore, that's a good indication that you're near the top. It just starts to kind of stall out. So there's either somebody selling a big order that bought in down here. There's somebody getting a big order filled to go short. It could be all kind of different things, or it could just be the buyers are running out, right? So that's what. And again, it all leads to the more extended the move, the stronger the move, the weaker the trend. There's all kinds of different things I can sit here and tell you, but experiencing it and actually doing it is what's really going to get you, into hammering this down and actually feeling confident in trading this in the long run. So yeah, same here with CMEG, no issues. So hopefully that answered your question, Mr. Gifford. Totally agree, Zishan. What does Zishan say? I'd rather have a small support team than bad order filling. LOL, call coffee TD Ameritrade. Yeah, there's been some crazy stuff going around with TD Ameritrade lately. Somehow Connor from the Boiling Room ended up on my recommended, I guess because the video kind of took off. But he had a video showing that he tried to take one share of Tesla near market open, and it was the market order, and it just sat there for 15 minutes before it actually went through on his platform. And the problem with something like that is if you take a share, let me step back. TD Ameritrade is saying when you hit that button, the order's going through. It's just not showing on your chart until it shows up on your chart. So 15 minutes later, it shows up on your chart. Well, what if you wanted to get out of that trade that you think you're in 10 minutes ago when it was at its highs and now it's back down near the lows again? That's unacceptable. So I don't really understand how people would want to deal with that, but neither here nor there. I'll ask, support the man, like and subscribe. He is the real deal. All he wants to do is help and is outstanding. I appreciate that, Thomas. That is true. I mean, guys, I'm here for myself first, obviously. I want to learn the market and beat it and, make an income for me and my family. But I've realized that there's no other channels out there that are just 100% straight shooting it with you guys. They're not 100% truthful. They're not 100% transparent. They all kind of have their hidden agendas. That's not me. I don't have any agendas. I'm not here to push anything on you. I have the CMEG affiliation. I have the ISW affiliation. Those are there because I work with them and they're tools that I use. And so if I can get you guys a better price on a tool that I find valuable to myself, and if you guys find it valuable and I can get you a better price on that deal, then so be it. Yes, maybe I do earn a little something small for doing that, but I am putting a lot of time and effort into not only myself, but I am trying to help you guys as much as possible too. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, you should appreciate the fact that I'm going out of my way to try to help you guys. So, and I'm not trying to be cocky about that. It's just, again, the truth, right? I'm going to tell you how it is. I always have. And hopefully you can appreciate that. I switched to IB a few days ago from TD Ameritrade. Walton, congratulations. For me, it was 15 seconds. Yeah, but 15 seconds can still be a lot too. I had an order filled 5 minutes after I canceled it because it failed to fill. Yeah, that's crazy. Even Patrick at Trick Trades. What do you mean, Mr. Gifford? Patrick at Trick Trades. I've heard some interesting things about Pat. I keep saying the same thing. I like Pat for how blunt he is. And I like Pat for how truthful he is about the things he talks about on his YouTube channel. But I don't think Pat is being fully transparent with you guys. And I've heard from previous members that Pat may not be the friendliest person behind the scenes. So that kind of, it could, I don't know Pat personally. I'd love to talk to Pat. I think we share an interest in certain certain things that go on in the YouTube world, but it's not something that I feel I can pass judgment on until I really know the guy. So a lot of what I know is hearsay, but it's a lot of hearsay from people that I trust. So I don't like people that get treated badly. Maybe because they don't know exactly what's going on. We all were newbies at some point, and we all have to kind of go through the ringer per se. So that's kind of, I don't really know where I'm going with that, but I just, until I actually get a chance to sit down and talk to the guy and maybe even see some like back end type stuff, there's really no way to kind of prove or, put Pat down for not being transparent, because I don't know if he is or not, to be completely honest. Mechanic Investors, what's going on, man? I tried it today on a stock and it filled 3 minutes later after it moved up 20 cents that I was trying to catch. Sounds like TD Ameritrade needs Charles Schwab to come in quicker than they think they do. Love it. I always get at least one feather for my cat from these Friday night live streams. I watched the tape in solid green and not moving. Love it. Thanks. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what I used to do. And like I said, the more and more you trade time and sales, you'll start to notice that you end up watching the candles a little bit more. Like instead of just staring at the time and sales, start to kind of watch the candles with the time and sales in your peripheral vision, and you'll see what I'm talking about. These candles tell the same exact story as that time and sales. You just have to kind of adapt to using it. And then look at all that real estate that you're saving by not having the time and sales up on your chart as well, or on your monitor. BizPhone, what's going on, man? In TD, the order shows instantly under the monitor tab, even when it doesn't show an active trader. Oh, there you go. So that's interesting. I didn't know about that. Wow, these are shitty fills. Sile, hello, how are you doing? For anybody that is new here, my name's Tim. Just to let you guys know, Volatility Trading is the channel name. Feel free to hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, hit subscribe. And if you're not subscribed, it should come through and say welcome to the channel in its own little cool way. You get a little Volatility Trading button to throw into the tip jar. If you are in the interesting giving mood, there is a link in the description to shoot the channel some love in the form of monetary value. I don't ever, maybe I'll drink some alcohol or something to get you guys to tip me. That's a joke. Throwing shade. I'm not throwing shade, Charlie. What do you mean I'm throwing shade? I just like to be, I'm a very blunt and upfront person. And I know that, I know Pat is too. But unlike me, we don't know the full truth there. It's going, man. How was life? Had a good Friday? Question mark. Yeah, it wasn't bad. We only had the one trade here that you see on KKR. Have an interesting weekend planned. I have a land tomorrow with some old buddies. So 15, coming up on 20 years. I've been friends with these guys, and they still have lands all the time in much bigger houses and in our own basements now, not our mother's basements, which is always nice. Someone once wrote, "Every candle tells a story." Ain't that the truth? Ben Conway, are you... I'm calling you Ben, and sorry, we're going to do the giveaway here in a second. But I'm going to call you Charlie Conway. But there used to be a guy, his name started with an A. I can't remember the exact name, but he would always come in here and just ask me about all these other traders. But he was trying to stir the pot. I don't know if you're trying to stir the pot or if you're just genuinely curious. If you're genuinely curious, I'll answer your question. But if you're just trying to stir the pot, I'm not going to get into that. That's the one thing I try to stay away from on my channel, is talking about just like other channels and traders and stuff like that, because I disagree with a lot of what they're doing. So I don't want to, I want to try to take the high road on that. So that's why I don't like to talk about them. Yeah, Zishan, Ben, or Charlie, don't believe everything he says. It's true. tonight I actually started to set up a new desktop without time and sales. There you go, Thomas. I'm telling you, I recommend if you do use it pretty heavily to not get rid of it at first, but try that exercise I was just telling you. As you're trading, look at the candles, but keep the time and sales in your peripheral vision. And then you'll put two and two together. It took me about a week and a half, 2 weeks to really kind of wean myself off of time and sales. But once I did, it was one of the best things I ever did. Freed up so much real estate on my monitor. And yeah, Sunday is the Super Bowl. So if anybody does like football, the Super Bowl is on Sunday. Obviously interested in it. I'm interested in how the game's going to play out. I really think that Casey's going to kind of take it home, but we'll see. I think it's going to be a good game. How long have you been trading? I have been trading since August of last year. Not last year, 2 years ago now. August of 2018 is when I started trading. And funny little story, since you are new here, that is also the day that I lost $1,400 on my first day, trying to be Ross Cameron. Actually, I was trying to only be like 1/10 of Ross Cameron, and I still lost $1,400, which kind of makes sense because there are days that he loses like $14,000. So technically, that's kind of like 1/10. It was a bad day. I'm not trying to stir. Sorry. No, it's fine, Charlie. I was just, there used to be this guy that came in here all the time. That was all he'd do is just ask, like, what do you think of this guy? What do you think of that guy? What do you think of this guy? And it's like, at first I was answering him legitly, but you could tell that he would start to kind of add little comments about certain people. And it was just like, hey, that's not why we're here. It's not why we're here. It's always nice kicking it back together. Yes, sir. Super Bowl Sunday. Can't wait. Yes, sir. I'm not trying to stir. All right, I just read that. Addedly. That was it. Addedly was the name, Tom. You are correct. There you go, Thomas. Yeah, keep working on it, man. You got this. Your emotional state, I've been watching your charts, man. It's you're there. You're getting, I mean, obviously, working on the entries a little bit is kind of, it seems to be like your little tidbit that you need to work on, but the emotions behind your trades have improved significantly. It's very noticeable. I noticed the time and sales and candle. I got rid of it after I noticed it. There he goes, Zishan. So yeah, I'm glad a lot. National Felon League. For anybody that doesn't know, Thomas he likes to watch college, not the NFL. I lost 2K on my first day because I was sleepy and accidentally entered too many zeros on my shares. You went in with 100,000 shares? I'm assuming that was a penny stock. How do you even do that? Or are you just saying 100K like total money? But even then, that's still a huge position. It's scary. Okay, I'm all caught up in the chat while Welton wants to maybe enlighten us on that. If you guys are here for the giveaway, first off, there's 22 of you viewing. I only see 15 likes. Let's get that like thingy majigger up to 20 real quick. So if you haven't hit like, just hit the like button. I don't know why I care so much. I know last week we got up to 30, I think it was. That was pretty crazy. But let's just see it hit 20 real quick and we'll do the giveaway. So to enter this giveaway, it's only for you guys that are here. All you have to do is enter, I'm going to say 27. Just put 27 in the chat and you're entered. And once I'll give that the next 5 minutes to let everyone enter, and we'll go from there. I'm going to assign you all a number and all that good stuff. Let me pull this up. I'll just use this. So the giveaway, if you don't remember what it is or didn't know about it, it's a full year of the TraderSync journal, which I'll pull this back over real quick. And it's pretty awesome. It's a good way to track your trades. Gives you an overall view of just everything. You can look at reports. You can break them down by hour, by week, by month, by year. You can break it down however the heck you want. So it's an awesome tool to use, and I highly recommend it. I've been using it for almost 2 months now, and just if it wasn't for Trading Journal, I would not have found this huge leak in my game. in my trading, where when I make trades with 1 to 2 entries, like if you guys weren't here last week, just take a look at this. So every time I would enter a trade with 1 entry versus 2 entries, this was my accumulated return. So if we get rid of that and look at all of my entries that were not 1 and 2 entries, look at the difference. It's almost the exact opposite. It's like all the money I was making in my 1 and 2 entry trades, I was giving back with everything else. And if it wasn't for going through and labeling everything with the amount of setups that I was, or the amount of entries I was using, you can put in like with your mistakes. There's just so many different things that you can do with this. It's awesome. And they're still new. They're still improving everything. Like one of the things that I actually had asked them to implement, and they did, was this bar chart. You can actually turn it into a line chart, which is pretty cool. It just kind of makes it easier to look at everything. You can change all of these things as well on the dashboard. These are all basically like little widgets. So like over here, account performance, price. You can look at it by the amount of shares that you trade. You can even look at during each day of the week, it'll tell you on Friday, your 83% win rate on Fridays. In January, you're 65%. Going long, you're 70%, 85% going short. And then obviously before I've traded in the post market apparently, but that's probably like closing a trade. I don't know. It might be talking about pre-market. And again, I don't even know where that comes from. I'd have to go find, I don't remember trading since February 8th in the pre or post market. But you can actually click on this and it'll like there's all kinds of different options: close date, close time, commission, executions, exit price, fees, hold time. Like there's just a slew of different things. You can do it by time. If you want to set your risk, your size, you can just do everything. It's pretty cool. There's definitely a lot in here to go through and use to help benefit your trading. So, okay. So I think that's probably about everybody. So let's see, Kevin. And I'm just going to go in order giving you guys a number. So I'm going to tell you your number out loud as I'm doing it, and I'm going to bring it down for you to see as well. So Kevin, you are number 1. Joseph, let me do it backwards. It'll be easier. There we go. Joseph, you are number 2. I can't spell. Holy crap, I can't type either. Mechanic Investors, you are number 3. I didn't really know of an easier way to do this live, so just bear with me. James, you are number 4. Welton, you are number 5. Charlie, otherwise known as Ben, you are number 6. Jeff, otherwise known as Jay Towers, you are number 7. Thomas, you are number 8. I'm just going to say Punishers. Punishers, you are number 9. You have to tell me how to say that. And it looks like number 10. Oh, we have a couple more down here. So Zishan, you are number 10. Welton, yes, you are number 5. Prank Nation, you are number 11. And Tip Your Bellman, you are number 12. All right, so I'll give one more minute just so everyone knows what's going on. We're doing the giveaway. If you are interested, all you have to do is enter 27 into the chat, and you will be entered. We have 12 people entered right now, and as I will show you guys right here, obviously disregard my top piece right there. That was what I was showing you guys earlier. Have all 12 of you in there. We'll give it another minute to see if anyone wants to enter, and then we're going to go to the random number generator, otherwise known as Google. Let's pull one up real quick. Random number generator 1 through 12. All right. So I got that ready unless somebody else wants to jump in there. And basically all you have to do, I'll put my email, volatilitytrading27@gmail.com. That is my email. So yeah, 1 in 12. It's not bad. Not bad for a full year of the TraderSync journal, which is valued at $360. It's pretty good. Pretty good giveaway. So if you do win, just to let you know, we need one more like to get to 20, by the way. Make it happen. All you have to do is make a free account on TraderSync. So let's see. Obviously, I'm logged in, so I'm not going to be able to do it. Let's see, TraderSync. Just come to their main page, sign up. So apparently it might let me. And there is a try it for free for 7 days. Yeah, see, it logged me back in. But just make an account, and I'll just need send me an email with the name that you used and your email address that you used, and that's all I need. Pretty good odds, better than the lottery. It's pronounced like Kyle, but I like Sile better. Okay, Kyle, I'm sorry. Kyle, did you want to enter? I didn't see you enter the giveaway. But we're going to give it, I know I'm not more than 30 seconds behind, so we'll give it 30 seconds here. Sac-A-Late. I've never heard of is that like a, what is it? Sac-A-Late. Is that like a team name? Google doesn't really show anything. Take a shot for that last like. Oh, we got one more entry. MK, you're number 13. I mean, if you guys want to start giving me, I'm not going to go over $10. I'll start taking shots for like $25. And $10, that's a little cheap. You guys want to start donating $25, I'll take some shots. I told myself I wouldn't do that, but hey, I mean, got to build that account up somehow. All right, is that all we got? Got 13 entries. We're going to go ahead and do this. Let me change the number generator to 13. I'll pull it over here. See if I can, I wonder if I can make this bigger so you guys can see it. Where's the zoom thing? There we go. Look at that. There we go. Like it. Oh, I went too far. No, that works. I changed the number by accident there. Okay. So let me pull this back up. You count 14? Uh-oh. Let me go back and count. I want you guys thinking I messed up here. Kevin is number 1. I'll pull it down here. It's going to disappear, though, when I... guys got me finagling this. There we go. So we got Kevin is number 1. Joseph is number 2. Mechanic Investors number 3. James is number 4. Walton is number 5. Ben is number 6. Jeff is number 7. Thomas is number 8. Oh, I missed you. You're right in the middle. Ah, you're right. Okay, Kyle. I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm gonna take a vote here. Do I add Kyle to the end at 14, or should I go back and change everyone's number to go one down in order? So I'm letting you guys have this decision. So technically, he should have been number 9, which would have made Punishers 10, Zishan 11, and so forth. Or should I just add him to the end at 14? No, I did not press it. Not yet. That was just there. I don't know why. I guess it just came up when I brought the page up. But should I add Kyle as number 14, or should we put Kyle up in the 9 spot and push everyone down? Joseph votes for end. See if we can get like at least 5 votes in one direction here. Thomas says change. Investor says end. end. I don't care. Just add at the end. Add to the end. Okay. All right. All right, Kyle. You're going at the end. Interesting name to spell Kyle, by the way. I like it. Can we obtain 25 likes for it? Yeah, look at there we go, Jonathan. There's not even 25 people here though, so if it's truly random, it shouldn't matter. Well, that's how the lottery works though, too, right? So it's like I'm giving you guys the choice. Okay, let me change it to 14. Okay. So we got 1 through 14. Good luck to everybody. I appreciate you guys being here, first of all. If you're not subscribed, hit subscribe. $360 giveaway. TraderSync journal goes to... I have all these sounds, and I don't have a drum roll. That's so not cool. Just put you guys in the elevator for a second. Okay, I'm sorry. We'll just hit the button. Number 1, Kevin. Rush to enter, rush to win. Congratulations, Kevin. Well done. Make sure you, again, sign up for the free account. Send me. I will post the email again, volatilitytrading27@gmail.com. I obviously have your first name, and I just need your email address that you use to sign up with the account, and I will get you hooked up hopefully by Monday. Usually he's a business day kind of guy, so it might not get done till Monday or Tuesday, but congratulations, Kevin. Rigged. I'd say I'd hit it again, but that wouldn't really make too much sense. Alrighty. Oh, wrong button. So hopefully you guys got a little bit of enjoyment out of that. And that's the other thing too, I'm always going to try to give back to you guys whenever I can. So when the opportunity is there for me to do so, I will always do it. Anything that is given to me goes directly back into the channel. Anytime somebody donates to the channel, I find a way to put it back into the channel. As you can see, Circuit Coin has been so amazing to me over the course of the channel's life. He's obviously the top donator, and pretty much every cent of that has went back into the channel, whether it's this mic. If you go back and listen to some of my first videos, I didn't even have a webcam. My microphone was absolute garbage. So just the lighting that I used to have, the green screen that you obviously can't see, all of that is from money that has been accumulated through either tips or just like all the affiliation with CMEG, the affiliation with ISW, all that money goes right back into the channel so that we can help grow, so that we can reach as many people as we can, so that we can hopefully catch them before they get to the other channels, if you know what I'm saying, the other channels that everybody sees when they first come on YouTube and search the word day trading. So that's the idea. That doesn't feel random. What's the next 2? I mean, I can do the random number generator just for fun. Let's see. Just to see if you would have won. I don't even know what the list was anymore. You guys will know the number. So 7 would have been next. 5, 14, 8, 10, 7 again, 4, 13, 5, 12, 4. So there you go. Jeff. That's funny. I know exactly what you're talking about. Illegal voters. See you Monday. All right, Charlie. I'll see you on Monday. See you Monday morning. If for anybody that doesn't know, if you are new, again, I'm Tim here at Volatility Trading. We stream every morning, market open, usually about 10 minutes before market open, and we try to make it to 11 every day. The market volume has just been crap after like 10:15, 10:30 lately. So there's been a couple of days where I've kind of moved away. As you can see, KKR, that happened right around that 10:30 mark. So that's usually right around this area is when the market really starts to kind of die off. So I'll be back next week. Of course you will. How could you, once you start here, it's hard to not come back. It's so much fun, right? You have no idea how much I needed that. See, I'm glad I could help, Kevin. I really am glad that I could help. I will always do what I can to help you guys out. Is there another giveaway next week? A giveaway of that proportion, I'm probably not going to be doing every week. I'm sure we could give away something though. Like I could give you an air kiss or just some love, some positive encouragement. Will that work? I am so trying to get balls to work with me. And if I can get them to work with me, I plan on giving away some of those all the time. I could do that every week. I just give away, I could have different cases of different flavors, and I could give away like 2 or 3, something. I'd have to check the packaging, but just to see how I could basically spread the word and get their name out there a little bit just by doing a giveaway every week. That'd be pretty cool. Jeff said, enjoy, Kevin. I want it and use it daily. I mean, I use it every day, as you guys saw. I put all of my trades in there every single day. I can't imagine not having a journal. So if Jeff doesn't, if nobody knows what Jeff's talking about with the hearing you go to the bathroom, there's another streamer that goes to the bathroom during his streams, and he claims that you can't hear him go to the bathroom, but you can definitely hear him go to the bathroom. The power of transparency, Vincenzo, hitting home, man. That's why I can't say that's why I'm here. I'm not here to be transparent. I just am transparent. So it's just, again, you find me another channel that's doing what I'm doing, and I will personally go try to work with them. I will personally go try to be their friend so that we can work together and grow the community together between our 2 channels. But I can almost guarantee you that unless it's a brand new channel that I have not come across yet, you're not going to find one. It's just not the case. You don't have somebody posting every single day showing you everything that goes in and out of their account on a daily basis. Someone that is just telling you the truth about everything, just not hiding anything on the back end. You guys know everything about me. And if you don't, and then you ask, I'm going to tell you. So obviously I'm not going to tell you what my middle name is. I'm not going to tell you that my full first name is Timothy. Shit. Can't say that though, because only my mom and my wife sometimes can say that, like she did earlier. She was really mad at me earlier. I kind of snapped. Until you take a nap, it's like money in the bank. What are you talking about? Oh, yeah. It's funny because every day I'll leave around like 10:30, 11 o'clock. And my rule now is to leave by 12 regardless. Like I just shut everything down at 12. And Thomas always, I'll always come back and I'll be like, oh, so did I miss anything? And Thomas will be like, yep. And like, there'll be something that went, because there's sometimes like I'll go to lay my son down, or I'll go into the kitchen and start making lunch. And literally for those like 2-3 minutes, something just decides to pop off. And that was actually what KKR did today. So it's like, I need to start alerting everybody when I'm about to get up, because apparently that's when the market decides to give us an opportunity. Welton, yep. Give away cannonballs. You typed that before I said it. It's true. I would if I can get them to work with me. I will. I mean, maybe even if they don't work with me, I probably still could do something like that. Kyle, man, it was nice to meet you. I believe that's the first time that I've seen you around, so it was nice to meet you, and I will see you Monday. Spread the word. Spread the love. Did you hit subscribe, Kyle? Is your account public? I'm just curious. I'm not saying you have to or on any of that, because I'm just curious because the alerts, for some reason, do not want to work on Streamlabs while I'm live. It's like I can test them and all that good stuff, and they work when I'm not live, but for some reason, when I'm live, it doesn't ever. I just don't get it. I'm like the only person. I know other streamers out there that are using the same thing, and it works for them. I just keep running into problems with it for some reason. No, it doesn't say I have any new subscribers. I mean, you may have, but it just might be private. A little frustrating. So frustrating. Yeah, see, somebody subbed, but it didn't go through for whatever reason. Who knows? Are you talking about GDT? I'll let Jay Towers answer that one. Give him a book. Well, I don't have a book. Or I could, yeah, I see what you're saying. I could give him a book, but yeah, I think we're going to cut this one off at 12 today at midnight. So we got about 25 minutes. I'm hanging around for a little bit, but I am getting a little tired, and I'm starting to get a little coarse in the throat. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go get my Alka-Seltzer cold real quick. So you guys can amuse yourself for about, you guys are going to probably see some weird green screen stuff because I have to scoot my chair out. But yeah, amuse yourself for like the next minute. I'll be right back. All right, so that wasn't really a minute, but I came back because I wanted to show you guys if nobody's used these Alka-Seltzers before. Why is my light blinking at me? What did I do to you? There we go. If no one's ever seen Alka-Seltzer do its little fizzy thing. Got one. Got two. Fizz away, little guy. It's so funny. It's picking up the reflection of like my montage and the candles. And since they're green, you can see them kind of disappearing. It's kind of funny. Guess it's not really giving you the same effect that I was. Oh. I like how it changes the color. Fizzy fizz. Later, Tom, man. Catch you on the flip side. See you, Thomas. Appreciate you guys stopping by. I really do. You guys know I appreciate all the love and the support. Always welcome. And I know I have been starting these a little bit later. I just feel like 9:30 and sometimes going to 12 was a bit much, and it seemed like a lot of the people started rolling in around that 10:30 area anyway. So that was kind of why I scooted it back. But if you guys want to keep the conversation going, ask me some questions. You got any questions, comments? And ask me something about my strategy, just about me in general. Kind of don't really have anything else to talk about, so I'm just going to attempt to engage with you guys for a little bit and go from there. 40. Play this Powerball number, you will win my fortune cookie. Oh, you will win, my fortune cookie said. Did you play it? Maybe it only works if you actually play it. So until you actually play it, it might not work. Some people will be like, oh, my fortune cookie said that, so I watched the numbers, and those weren't the numbers. Well, guess what? Maybe the fortune is telling you that you need to play the numbers for those numbers to hit. No one ever thinks of it that way. I always feel like I'm missing a lot of the medicine because it like sits there on the bottom. But I feel like obviously there's a bunch still in there, and it's clearly working, so. You guys didn't even have to pay for that one. 2 likes away from 25. Oh, is it doing that thing again? Mine says 22. Yeah, I think some people were using other accounts last week or something because when we got up to the 30 or whatever it was, when you go back to when I think it was like on Wednesday, I happened to just go back and look at it, and the likes like went down. And I think that's, I don't know if people were using extra accounts to do it or what, but it made me laugh because I was like, oh, Jonathan was doing all that work to try to get everyone to like the video, and then they all disappeared afterwards. Double D in the house. What's up, Dario? I love messing with your name. Dario. What's up? I'll just call you Dario. And then that way you can't ever say I'm saying it wrong, because one of those is right. Oh, I just cracked my back. How have you been, Double D? I feel like I see you in chat a lot, but I feel like I haven't been seeing a bunch of your trades. Have you been trading well? I've also been distracted a little bit from the chat, just with the live stream of my own and just trying to figure some stuff out. I've been sick, so I haven't really been just paying that good of attention overall. But between the Discord, the stream, my trading, just everything all at once, it's like I feel like I haven't been able to disperse my energy this in the same, like, it's hard to divvy up where I'm because when I'm trading, all my focus goes to trading. But even then, you guys have seen that I can't really focus 100% on trading because of the kid. And then I have the stream, and then I have the ISW chat, then I have the Discord. There's definitely a lot going on. A lot of micromanaging going on. Man, I'm like really starting to sweat. Hope something's not wrong with me. That was me. I was trying to help you to get the 30 likes. I thought it would stay. See, Sean, that's funny. I assume that's what it was, since they did disappear. I was pretty positive that people weren't going back and hitting the button again to take it away after they hit it, because that would not make too much sense. Sent the email. Hopefully you got it. Let me check, man. If I did, I'm going to send the information right over to him right now. He's obviously probably not going to get it tonight, but hopefully tomorrow he gets it, and hopefully he'll have you set up by Monday. Sweet deal. I love that, man. I'm glad I could help out. Seriously. Sounds like somebody that actually needs it and will use it. Got it. So appreciate that. Yeah, what you're hearing is me sending him the message. I don't know if you guys could hear that. Let me copy paste your email address real quick. And there we go. All right, man. I sent it away. Hopefully he'll get that over the course of the weekend, and he'll have you set up on Monday. He's pretty good at getting back to me, so when I know, you will know. Message me in Discord, by the way, if you don't mind, so that way when I do find out, I can message you on there, because that's just the easiest way for me to get in contact with everybody. Yeah, I think it's just because I need to get some rest. That's why I said I'm going to cut it off at 12. That's kind of why I went and got my drink, because I was starting to feel like something was going on. Well, Dario, we miss you too, man. Work has kept me busy. What do you do for work? You work in the extra corner, the one that you were telling me about? You're not on Discord. What? Shouldn't you get on Discord? Hello. What's up, Galaxy? I feel like that's the first time I've seen you around. If you are new here, by the way, if you're just tuning in, Tim here at Volatility Trading. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to chime in. We already kind of did the talking. We already did the giveaway for tonight. So we're just kind of hanging out here for the last 15 minutes. We're going to be cutting off around midnight Eastern time. As everyone's starting to see, apparently they can see that I'm not feeling well, but I had somebody say they could hear me. But yeah, I'm still not 100%. And so I'm going to try to get some rest after this is over. But obviously, I would love to talk for another 15 minutes. Seriously, I love engaging with you guys. This is our last little dose of the stock market and of me, because we all know that you'd rather, just be here for me. You can feel my head getting bigger and bigger. Yeah, Galaxy, if you're not subscribed, make your profile public, then hit subscribe, just so that I can see if my my Streamlabs is working. It really bothers me that I can't figure out why that's not working. Like, I can go in here and hit test, right? And I'll hit test. So all right. It'll pop up for me. It even gives me the little token down there in the tip jar, all that good stuff. But for some reason, when somebody subscribes live, it doesn't seem to want to go through. I have to actually go into my Streamlabs. I have to log out. That's why I'm actually doing it as I'm saying it. Log back in, and then sometimes that's when it'll all go through. It doesn't make sense to me. And for 3 days in a row, Marcelo's super chat from 2 weeks ago went through, and it just kept going through every morning when I would go live for some unknown reason. But I don't know. I've tried talking to Streamlabs. Their support system isn't very good, but just using this is so easy, and it was so easy to set up, and it's so easy to modify things, especially because I already have everything set up. I don't really know if it would be easy to switch to something else like Stream Elements. I haven't really looked into it, but I don't know. If I can't figure out why it's doing this, that might be something I have to look into, but it's definitely not something I'm interested in doing right now. I have too much other stuff going on. Yeah, you're a little late, Galaxy. Sorry, man. Yeah, we did the giveaway it was a little after 11 o'clock Eastern. Walton, I appreciate that. Kevin, yeah, man, I appreciate the support, appreciate the love. Congratulations again. And again, if you have any questions about it after you get using it, feel free to obviously ask me. And oh yeah, I wanted to get you the Discord. No limit. Hopefully that's the right one. Yep. There's the Discord link for anybody that's not in there. Feel free to jump in there. You can always leave me a message in there, the general hangout, wherever you can just private message me, whatever you want to do. I always get back to you guys when I find the time. Everyone has keep my subscriptions private, so turn it off. Yes, that is true. Yeah, for some reason, YouTube has that as the default. So when you make an account, it's just set to private, which doesn't really make sense. Usually as a company, you'd want it the other way. Set the public so that you just engage more. And then if you want to set it to private, you can. But for some reason, they have it set to private when you make the account, which I don't really understand. So the only way to make it public is you have to go in and find the option, which is in the privacy settings, and turn that to public, which I don't know why they do that, but they do. So no, but is there a route? Route is, speaking of Discord, I was answering a question there. Does it cost money? Does what cost money? Subscribing? No. I don't know. That's why I asked. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, I'm cracking my back nice and good today. Feels good. Oh, no. Discord doesn't cost money. I don't charge money for anything, man. I'm not your typical YouTuber. I always say a typical YouTuber is not always truthful, is not always transparent, and they're always trying to sell you something, whether you think they are or not. And I don't do any of those. So yeah, I am not your typical YouTuber. I'm just a guy with a YouTube channel, is what I like to say that. And the Discord does not cost money. You should be able to click that, and you'll have full access right away. You don't have to do any special thing to get in there. Although I am looking into something like that, just to keep, because every once in a while I get some spam in there, and I'm like, I need to figure out a way to keep them bots out of there. Does anybody have any questions? We've got 10 minutes left. I'm going to cut this thing off right at 12 o'clock. Maybe earlier if no one wants to ask me anything, because I'm not going to sit here and talk to myself for 10 minutes. You guys should be supporting me by talking for me, letting me read some more so I don't have to keep talking, because obviously I'm sick, guys. Feel sympathy for me. I'm just kidding. I need to put a drum roll sound clip on here. I can't believe I don't have one. I have like 30, 35-ish sounds on here, and not one of them is a drum roll. I should have played the clapping. I didn't even think about that. I'm such a bad streamer. I'll get better at it. I'm subscribed and have looked at Discord and notifications on. You could do that. What do you mean? You're confusing me. Are you drunk? Are you drunk? Are you saying, I was trying to see if I saw you in the Discord, but I don't. Do you like FNAF or Undertale? What? I don't even know what that is. What is Undertale? Undertale looks like a video game. Five Nights at Freddy, which is also a video game. Nope. I do not play either of those. I've never actually even heard of either of those. The only video games I play are Counter-Strike, Global Offensive, but I used to play Counter-Strike Source back in the day. And Rocket League is the other one that I play. Which the main game the two main games they play at the LAN lately are Rocket League and Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which I do have that. I just don't play it that much. So I'm pretty good at Rocket League. So everyone always wants to be my partner when we play Rocket League. And then when we play Call of Duty, just my natural skills from playing Counter-Strike kind of come out, but no, I have zero clue about any of the maps when it comes to Call of Duty. So I kind of get owned when we play Call of Duty, just because everyone knows the maps and I have no clue because they play it all the time. Lord save me, this boy don't know what Undertale is. I mean, does everybody else know what Undertale is? It is the video game you're talking about? I'm looking at the pictures. Looks like some kind of like 8-bit anime type game. Not really into those kind of games, so I'm sorry. Please don't hate me. Please don't hate me. All right, well, maybe we'll cut it a little bit, even a little bit shorter if no one wants to ask me any questions. Sitting here getting a lesson on Undertale and FNAF from Galaxy. I'll give you guys another minute to ask some questions. If not, I'm going to get out of here. Appreciate all your support as always. I hope everyone has a great weekend. Hopefully I will see you Monday morning when we do the live stream. Again, I'll usually start the stream a little bit early just to let it run. Everyone can kind of get into the lobby. But I actually go live usually around 10 minutes before market open, so around 9:20 Eastern, and that's that. So if you draw a lot of Undertale, that's just starting to sound a little provocative. But if you do think of any questions or comments over the weekend, again, feel free to hit me up in the Discord. You can always leave a question or a comment on any of the YouTube videos. I get those as well. But if you want to have like a continued conversation, I do recommend the Discord. It's just a lot easier to chat on there. I always like to say it's the modern day AOL Instant Messenger. I always date myself with that. I don't know why, but that's what my channel's about, but it's a different one. Infinity Fox. Gotcha. Ugh. So apparently if you're into Undertale and Infinity Fox, feel free to go check out Galaxy Fox's page. Are you looking at the VIX at all? What about it? I've actually traded the VIX before. I always think it's funny because I always pull this up. I'm like, where's the volume? Maybe it wasn't the VIX. Maybe it was something like the VIX. Oh, yeah, I think it was VIXY. Yeah, it wasn't VIX. It was VIXY. There's a guy that I did an interview with. That was the real Discord link. What are you talking about? I posted it up there in the chat. Oh man, I forgot his name. He stops in here every once in a while. I was subscribed to him for the longest time. I'm actually curious how many views that interview that I did with him has. I did that back when I had like next to no subscribers, but he had found me and thought that I was interesting, and he thought I was interesting back then, so that should say something. Hold on, I'm going to find him real quick. But that's all he talks about is the VIX. Or at least that's all he used to talk about. Give me 1 sec, I'll find him. Where is he at? Once I see his name, I'll know it. Of course, no. I just saw it in here. Where did it go? Oh, I feel like a liar now. I'm so confused. I know that I just saw it, and now I don't see it. Let's make this bigger. Wish I could make that bigger. It's not letting me. I wonder if he changed his name and it changed it on here. That's going to bother me. I know you could care less, but let's try. Oh, here we go. I think I may have figured out where I saw it. I was looking in the wrong spot. Maybe. Are you kidding me? One more look. There's addedly. I feel like his name was Dave, but that wasn't his YouTube name. What the heck? He had to have changed it. I feel like I wouldn't have missed it this many times. I wonder if it's this one, because I feel like his name was Dave. Let me let's try day trading VIX. Let's just see what comes up. I know his face if I saw it. Look what you caused, Vincenzo. Look what you did. Now I'm sitting here looking for this guy. Oh, no. That's funny too, because his name's Dave, but that's not him. Oh, here he is. It is Dave. So he did change the channel. His channel is now... Wait, what? This can't be his channel. Let me just search his. That definitely wasn't his channel. I guess that was an interview that he did. Ah, see, I was right. So he did change his name.
As a young man, I really...
And the name that I was about to check was actually... Okay, sweet. So I found it. Okay, good. So I don't have to go crazy now. So that right there is the name of the guy. His name's Dave. He actually interviewed me a while ago. Let me find that video. Actually, I can probably just search the channel. See volatility. There it is. 10 months ago. 169 views. So for anybody that's curious maybe how far I've come, there's a link to an interview that I did with David Lincoln on his channel back 10 months ago. And that was back when I still had my old webcam. You can see the crappy quality. Same background, obviously, but... Yeah, that was an interesting one. I was just getting started, though, so it was kind of funny. But, okay, I'm going to get out of here. What did you say? High VIX, look for shorts only. Low VIX, look for longs only. Maybe test that. No, I'm not testing anything, Vincenzo. Let me figure out my strategy and my my plan first. I can't even short the VIX anyway, so no point in trying to. This thing has an interesting range, though. This looks like pretty much the same range any given day. Pretty big range. But, all right, I'm going to get out of here, guys. I appreciate you stopping by. Again, like and subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate the support. Have a great weekend, and I will see you Monday morning. And if you have any cool things to talk about from the weekend, bring them to that Monday morning live stream. I'll see you then. Peace.